Welcome back. We are in the final countdown. There are just 3 videos remaining. So last we talked about surprising the viewer and basically breaking all of the rules that we've set forth so far. So some final additional things to consider when composing a picture after you've surprised the viewer is to use multiple focal points. So most pictures we ask you to rely on 1 to 2 focal points. It makes sure that it's concise, that we know where we're supposed to look, it's not too busy or overwhelming, and it really makes us have a sense of connection with whatever our subject is. You can, however, add more. If you have several people and the photo would possibly feel cluttered. So try to arrange your figures into a geometric pattern. Okay, so if you have 4 people, try to make them line up so that their heads make a square. If you have 3 people, make a triangle. If you have a ton of people, arrange them so that their heads kind of make a zigzag. These ways you can activate the space without making it feel cluttered or unintentional. So if the subject's heads form an implied triangle shape, you've introduced order into the photo, despite the fact that there are several people. This goes for plants, and for cats, and for blankets and books, and all sorts of things, not just people. It's just particularly easy to point out if you're using people. So in my example, I have 4 focal points. These are my 4 cats. So we have the one on the left who kind of draws us in because she's looking at us. We can make eye contact with her. But then, if you follow her face and notice that there is another cat, and he is looking closer to us. Now, he is looking at the 2 on the sink, and those 2 are the closest to us anyways, so we can use this time to connect the relationship between these 4. You also have this time to look at these 4 distinct spots. There's 4 focal points. Which cat are we going to spend the most time looking at? I don't really know. You could arguably say that there's as many as 6 in this picture because of the 2 in the reflection, but if you're not paying attention, well, that's on you. So here's something to think about when you're using multiple subjects, multiple focal points, is try to make them line up in a geometric way. These guys, if you were to split this picture in half, would almost create their own kind of symmetry because there's 2 heads on the same level at the top and 2 heads on the same level close to the middle or the bottom. Symmetry can help draw us back in circles. Order can make us understand the piece more fully, so you don't have to just keep it concise and bland to keep it interesting and making sense. Next up, we're going to talk about shadows and reflections.